It's day 4 of our authentic Great One whitetail hunt, and it is absolutely heating up right now. Last time we were out here, we took down a huge diamond whitetail, followed by a bunch of 200 plus whitetail not too far away. Well, we're going to be continuing our authentic Great One hunt, and that means we're going to be covering about 7 different tree stands, which are going to be feeding and rest zones all along the way. I gotta be honest with you, and I didn't think the day would start out like this, but that is a rare eastern wild turkey, and I think it's actually a leucistic. At least, I think. I don't know what it is, to be completely honest, but it's for surely a rare, and it's a hen turkey coming right towards us here. I saw it a couple days ago, and I thought, that looks a little bit different. But now that we're seeing it a little bit better here, you can see that that clearly is a rare. And now I really want to find out what it is. Typically you find turkeys like this, but they're light brown, and the light browns are not rare. Those are just a little bit uncommon. But in this case here, that is not a light brown. Got a Maxway gobbler coming in as well, and we should have some white-tailed deer coming in from over here. But then again, we did get here a little bit too early, so maybe the whitetail didn't quite make their way this direction just yet. Now, we do have the 420 grain arrows, and so we're going to be using them on this female because it's not going to make much difference in affecting our score. But I'd like to get a follow-up and potentially get this Maxway gobbler as well. We just got to get him a little bit closer because I'm not about going for an 80-yard shot just yet. So we'll see if we can't get them to come in just a little bit more. Now, just because we have the collar, oh, there's the whitetail coming in already. Here we go, whitetail are coming in. And we happen to have a decent 170 whitetail buck, followed by a super tiny one over there. Looks like we have at least 1 or 2 more does coming in the back over here. Now, I'm thinking they're probably coming in from this location, which is interesting because that's over 270 yards away from us. Oh, another 180 plus buck stepping out right over there. All right, but let's get ready on this female rare turkey coming in to about 60 yards right there. All right, so our Maxway gobbler is there. And what we're gonna have to do is potentially try and take a shot and pull onto this gobbler as soon as possible to try and double up. That's what we're gonna have to try and do. All right, but 50 yards will surely do right there. 50 yards will surely do. Whoa, she's coming even closer. Holy, look at the deer stepping out of here. Look at them all. All right, 35 yards and about 35 yards. That'll work. Let's get ready for a shot. That's going to be about 30 right there, so we should be able to pretty much hold right on for 20. And that is for surely 20. Smoked her. And we doubled up. 2 perfect shots. And our rare turkey just tipped over. All right, now we got these whitetail over here, and we're going to see if we can't take a couple of them down as well. We for surely want that one. And that one. But we don't have a good angle for a shot just yet, so we're gonna have to hold tight and see what happens. Whoa, 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 this guy's coming in fast now. Stopped out there at about 55 yards. And he's in closing. 45, 40, and he's gonna stop at about 35 yards right in front of us here. Looks like the other whitetail buck is coming in as well. Still out there at 95, and we could go for the shot, but I'd like to get a little bit better of an angle. So we'll wait till he turns, and that should be just right about there. We might be able to drop him right on top of this rare turkey. Perfect shot. He's down. Now, we're gonna bust out the 300 blackout and get a follow-up on this buck right here. Just as soon as we get a decent angle for the shot, and that is gonna do. That right there is certainly gonna do. We put a follow-up in just in case, but we honestly didn't need it because he's going down right there. All right, let's get down and go get him. Pretty epic bonus, and typically not the way we usually start our great one hunts. Didn't even get a whitetail yet. We literally only got a turkey. And then, of course, the whitetail came in after that, but what an epic moment that really was. All right, let's grab the collar. And here we go. A whitetail and a rare eastern wild turkey. That right there is quite the sight. Look at that. A beautiful whitetail buck and an incredible rare eastern wild turkey. Unbelievable. Oh, hold up. The sun's coming out. The sun's coming out. And I think that's going to work just like that. All right, we'll go with that. And let's pick them up. It's going to be a rare leucistic female eastern wild turkey. We took her at 28 yards out. Made a perfect double lung liver heart shot at 28 yards. What a shot. Talk about right on the money. Almost a Texas heart shot. I mean, I would say that pretty much guaranteed is a Texas heart shot. Mainly in the fact that we actually did hit the heart. But look at that rare. Super, super cool looking rare. All right, and then we got our whitetail buck. It's going to be a 179. And again, another perfect double lung shot at 25 yards. And we got our gobbler down over here. Our max weight gobbler we took for a bonus as well. And he's down right here. Let's pick him up. It's going to be a 4.35. And we got another perfect double lung shot. Almost actually got hard. Just barely went right over the top of it. And then we got our whitetail that we took down with a 300 blackout right over here. And our shot was actually that was an almost 200 plus whitetail. I didn't realize he was that big, 194.07. But our shot was perfect and almost actually got a hard shot at 92 yards. He was quartered directly away from us. So we pretty much only had basically like half the lung visibility to go for, and we centered it absolutely perfectly. All right, now in this case here, we got a bunch of whitetail coming in, but we only have one buck, and I think we're actually gonna leave this buck, but we're gonna take down all three of these does, or at least two of them. So if we can do that, it's gonna be awesome, because otherwise if we take down that buck, then we're just gonna have a bunch of does here, and I think I'd rather try and take down the doe than that buck. So we'll see if we can't at least get a couple of these does down here. Gonna be about a 40-yard shot, and if we make a perfect shot, then we might be able to get two of them. Yep, we can. All right, well, why not go for all three then, if that's the case? Why not go for all three? Oh, I thought we would have smoked her, but we were a little bit too high. All right, there goes our buck, and there goes our doe, which just tipped over right there. So we must have got a spine shot because she really didn't go anywhere. I wasn't exactly sure what distance she was, so I just held for about 50, and she was probably 45. But let's get down and go pick them up. Lung, and stomach. And then lastly, we got this one. The one that we shot right in the spine at 52 yards. All right, we just got to another location here, and it looks like we randomly called in a max weight gobbler right underneath us here. So that's kind of an epic little bonus, if I do say so myself. But we got whitetail coming in, so that's perfect that we got him just in time. Well, luckily enough for us, it looks like the whitetail did not spook from us taking down that max weight gobbler, and now they're about 80 yards out from us. Looks like we have a small 130, 140 buck there, 150 buck there. I saw another buck coming in the back over here, which I think is like a 180s. Now that's a 170 buck there. But I definitely saw another one back here somewhere. It's pretty thick over there though. Really thick. There's the 150 buck, and there's also another herd of whitetail coming in behind us, which, as you can see, there's one lone doe. Looks like one random doe came in here. That actually may be a 180 buck. I'd say it's a 175. But I'm not sure why they're stopping back so far away from us. And I'm also not sure where the heck all the rest of the deer went. We for surely had at least 4 deer come this way, and there's another one coming in right there. That's a 170 buck as well. That's a real good buck. Real good buck. Look at that rack. But then I for surely saw another deer off in the distance back there. Usually if they hold back like that, they tend to be a pretty good one. Oh my god, it's a huge buck. Exactly what I was just thinking. The big ones typically hold back just like that. Let all the other whitetails come in first. The smaller bucks as well as the does will come in, and then he comes in at the very last second. He's out there at about 80 yards, and though we do have some bucks here well within range, it is way too risky for us to take a shot at these deer right here. Although we're gonna have to take a shot at this one because he's gonna blow our cover, and if that happens, then he's for surely gonna be gone. I can't even take the shot. I can't even take the shot. Can now though. Definitely can now. This buck just bolted right past where our huge whitetail is. And luckily it didn't spook him. It did for a second, but he calmed back down. Oh, we got a lot of action here. All kinds of deer are alert, so we need to make sure we can figure out how to get them calmed down and come into range. Because as soon as that buck steps out, we're going for him. And there he, oh my god, he bedded down. He bedded down. Oh, look at that, you guys. Unbelievable. There's the buck that spooked from before, and there is our giant. He's 120 yards out from us, and I don't know how we're going to get him to come closer, but for the time being, we're probably going to take down, I thought there was another buck here. That's a doe, but what I'm thinking is, ooh, there's a buck. Well, we're going to take him down for sure. He's out there at about 60-ish. It's a hit. Not a good one. I couldn't hardly even see him, but kind of a shot in the dark. But anyways, what I think we're going to do is get down and move this collar over a little bit closer. Look at that. Beautiful whitetail laying right here. We're going to pick him up as we're down here. It's going to be a 180, and he was about to bolt. Look at his reaction. Looking straight up in the air. He could sense us, and he could definitely see something wasn't right. Took him at 10 yards out and made a perfect shoulder blade double lung shot right over the top of the heart. Oh, I was like, what do we have down here? I almost forgot about this. We got a max weight gobbler here, which we smoked as well. 4.36. And we got a perfect double lung shot right down below us. All right, now we're gonna grab this collar and try and move it just a little bit closer to see if maybe, just maybe, we might be able to get their attention. All right, well, unfortunately, this big whitetail does not seem to want to get up out of his bed, and so we're gonna have to come back here another time. But for the time being, we're gonna get down and pick up, I thought we got another buck down here somewhere. Well, we got that one there right below us. Then we got... Oh, what do we got sneaking past? It's a fox. She's coming right to us. Small, but it's definitely a fox. And she's laying right there. We dropped her. You're not gonna believe this, but as we're sitting here waiting for that other 200 plus buck to come back, all of a sudden we spotted yet an even bigger one. This is a 210 plus whitetail, and he's 130 yards directly east from us. The one that we saw bedded down is more to the south, southwest, which is right over here. He's bedded down maybe 150 yards away from us, and he potentially could be coming in any minute as well. So this is absolutely wild. Oh, another buck just came trotting in here, and I think this is actually the buck that we took a shot at before. So somehow we must have missed. Well, we did take kind of a blind walking shot over there in the dark, and that does make sense. I did hear the whack, but I didn't hear the whack after that. So to me, that makes sense as to why we wouldn't have connected on that shot. What do we have here now? 2 does and a buck. Now our 210 plus bucks should be coming in right over here. The wind is definitely far from ideal for this situation, but if we can get just a little bit lucky, he may come in. Now this angle here in particular is probably the worst possible angle for this deer to come in, because look at all the obstacles that he has to come past. There's so much obstruction, it's not even funny. And even if we did see him right there, 2 seconds later he could just be gone, even though he's still right there. Like in this case, I don't even know where he is, even though we know he's right there somewhere. We can't see him. All right, well, the deer coming back in now. Got 2 does there. And there's our giant buck. Oh my god, there he is. Look at the rack on that thing. He's got a super high rack and a ton of mass. We got him out there stopped at 120 yards. And that is almost a shot. If we needed to, we could go for it, but I have confidence that he's going to step out of that brush and we're going to actually get an opportunity for a shot. Well, not if he goes that way. Not if he goes that way. However, we can for surely smoke him with this. And we just did. The big buck is absolutely hammered with a 300 blackout. And he's not going to be going far after that. Alright, I'd say the other buck would have been somewhere over here, and he just wasn't getting back up out of his bed. So we decided to take a shot with a 300 blackout, and we connected. So we'll grab the fox, and then we'll come back here tomorrow morning, because we got to try and figure out how to get a shot on this big buck. Alright, let's find our fox, which is laying right here. Perfect double lung liver spine shot, and that's going to be a female. But now let's go over here and check this one out. I think we might have missed, guys, because I don't see any blood here, and there's an arrow sticking in the ground right there. We only shot 1 time in this direction, so I guess it's safe to say that we had a clean miss. Clean miss. Unless, and I just thought of this as well, how cool would that be if we actually had legit pass-throughs on deer? So imagine if we shot the deer and the arrow went right through, but also there was blood. So we could come down here, and even if the deer wasn't here, we could officially pick up the arrow, see that there's blood on the arrow, and then track down our buck. I thought I saw our buck piled up there, but, well, I did. He's laying right here. We got really good blood, and our big buck is laying maybe 20 yards away. Let's see how far that shot was. Roughly 150. All right, let's pick him up. It's going to be a 212, and we made a 117-yard perfect lung shot. Right dead center in the middle of the lung. Yeah, so we were actually holding it right on the top of the heart, kind of shoulder blade. We didn't want to hold too far forward, because a lot of times if you hit too much meat and you get close to that shoulder, it will slow down that bullet quite a bit. But the 300 blackout is plenty strong enough to go through and get a nice vital hit. So like I said before, this is the second location now that we have a 200 plus buck sighted. And now we just took 1 down, but there's even another one that we'll have to get in the future. All right, so we decided to come back to that first spot that we were at, and we took down that big 200 plus buck, but we didn't get the right one. We actually got a 220 plus buck, and instead there's a 200 plus over here on the west side, which we never got yet. And it just so happens that we found him stepping out right there. This time we're gonna try and call him in to bow range. We got him at about 95 yards out right there, and we got a bunch of deer right below us, including this real decent 170 plus buck right there with a ton of mass. Then we got this buck here. So we're gonna have to hold out on them and wait for this giant. Yeah, he's a very finicky buck, and so we do not want to do anything to potentially spook this thing. As much as I love to take down this 170 plus here, we're just not gonna. All right, come on, big buck, come on. You see how long it takes for these big ones to come in. You gotta have a ton of patience for them, a ton of patience. And you know what? If this black bear is gonna trot on past us here, we're gonna absolutely smoke him. Oh my god, we just smoked him. Perfect double lung shot. The reason we took that shot is because these whitetail were a little bit spookish already, so it's really not gonna change too much or make too much of a difference over here. They're still gonna get spookish, but then we're still gonna try and get them to come back this direction. And what we're gonna do is actually shift it over to bleat once and see what that can do. Because sometimes it can work. All right, the doe is trotting back in. There's the 170. There is a 150. And again, our 200 plus is nowhere to be found. But look at this 150 buck. He's got such a unique rack. All right, remind me to get this black bear when we get a chance. And that is after this giant buck steps out, finally. Which, even if we wanted to, we don't even have a shot right there. Look at this. He's coming in right through the thickest brush. And he's stopping right there at 120. But we did already take one down with rifle, so I'd really like to get this thing down with the bow. Well, it looks like he's coming in. Oh my god. I can't believe it. But he's about to step into range. And by about, I mean he's in the process of it, because he's nowhere near being in range, but he is about to be in the open for the first time. And he's not going to be in this brush anymore. He's got a super cool rack. That buck there, I think, is a 220 plus rack. Look at the stickers coming out of that thing. Wow, he's got points everywhere. But I'm gonna say he's probably gonna come out to right about here and stop broadside at 33 yards. That's what I think is gonna happen. Oh, here we go, 40 yards. And he's gonna stop right there. We smoked him right through that little pocket. Did you see that shot? Did you see that? That was one of the risky shots we've taken in a while. Because we could easily glitch out on the tree glitch. The tree hitbox right there. Could have totally glitched out our arrow. But it didn't. But with that, that makes two giant back-to-back whitetail bucks right here. Two absolute giants. We got one with a 300 blackout, and this one right now we just smoked with the compound bow. Oh my god, he's a 233! A 233 with this rack. I've only ever seen this thing break 230 once. Typically it scores like 226, 228, maybe 229. I've only seen it one time scored over 230, and right now is the second time it scored 233. This is not a 230 plus rack right here. That's why it's such a rare occasion to get this buck with this rack and this score. A super wide buck with a ton of points and just awesome character. Holy, what a buck. Let's take a look at our shot now. Ended up getting a shoulder blade, double lung spine shot. Took him from the top of that tree stand there and smoked him. Man, what a buck. Holy, we just got to the next location here, and this is our first best location that we've had. We actually took down our diamond whitetail last time we were here, right over there 150 yards away from us. Well, we spotted him right here going across that opening, and then we put up a stand just over in that woods because we wanted to get a better opportunity. And but this is the original spot where we took down two huge 200 plus bucks right over in this next field, right back over there. So then we moved over the stand into this opening because I thought it'd work out better, and it seems pretty promising because now we're having quite a good bit of action. We were out here the same day that we did get our diamond, and we took down another 200 plus buck right there. So yeah, then we got this buck coming in right now, which is a 180 plus. And then we have that buck there. What do we have stepping in here now? A couple of does. You always want to wait and make sure that every single buck in the area comes in before you take your first shot. Yep, there's another buck there. So we got 2 1 trivials, it appears. Yeah, we want to for surely take down one of the trivials. And we definitely want this guy. A real nice 180 plus buck out there at about 40 yards. We almost had a shot, but he was actually stopped behind some of those trees. So we decided to opt out on taking the shot. But now that he's coming in right underneath us, we should have about a 25-yard shot right below the stand. And a perfect shot. All right, now we're going to try and take down this one trivial, which is right there, but I thought something else just took off over there. Oh, we for surely need this one. Perfect heart shot. And then we could take down one more, but we're actually going to leave him here for a little bit. And next time when we come back, if he's here, we'll probably let him stay. Oh my God, there's a 200 plus buck. Holy, look at that. Unbelievable. Well, he's hit. He is definitely hit, but I don't think that's going to take him down. I wasn't thinking. We should have just shot right away. We kind of had a bit of buck fever, and when he came flying through, I just didn't react in time. I was thinking we needed to make a perfect shot, but the reality is we've taken down plenty of 200 plus bucks here. We should have just taken a nice shot to potentially get intestine and take him down. Now we're gonna have to track him, and he may go down, but he also may not. We just don't know. We'll have to figure that out once we get over there. But here is our 180. It's actually a 190 and a perfect hard shot at 18 yards with a compound bow. Then we got a turkey calling. Anyways, we're gonna grab our caller. Let's grab our caller. Then we got this one trivial that we made a perfect hard shot on, and we dropped him. And I think we might have shot another one. Another perfect hard shot right there at 58 yards. Very nice. And of course we got our big buck that we shot over here. It looks like we do happen to have hunting pressure, so that means he went down. Nice. Probably should have shot him again, but either way he's going down, so we got him. And then once we get him, we can move on to the next location and continue the cycle. All right, we got blood. I thought that was blood. That is blood, and that is also blood. No organs hit both times. We tried to catch a non-vital hit, couldn't quite connect, but 2 shots will in fact bring him down. You know, it's kind of funny because I was literally just saying make sure that every single buck in the area comes out before you decide which one to take. And not only seconds later, all of a sudden a 200 plus jumps up as soon as we took the shot with the rifle, of course. All right, got him down to 0% health, and I think he's laying. Yes, he is, right there. He didn't go too far. I'd say a good 150 yards. And we got him right in the spine, you guys. Holy, he was a giant buck. 168 yards and a 237. Absolutely drilled that buck. I would love to have that shot in real life. Can you imagine a huge buck on the run, running wide open across the field, and you take the shot and just drill him right in the middle of the spine? That would be incredible. Absolutely phenomenal. He would pile right up and you would be pumped. And that is why I'm super pumped about that shot. It'd be even better if we were an inch lower and would have caught potentially lung, but I'll take it. That right there is one incredible buck. And I think that's our second biggest whitetail buck of our great one hunt. Holy, look at that rack. And with that, that's gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and don't worry, we'll be back out here sooner than you know it. Oh, what do we got coming in here now? Probably a doe. That is not a doe. Nope, that is definitely not a doe. In fact, it's a real decent buck trotting right towards us here. Let's get ready and see if we can't take an incredible shot, and he's going down. That's yet again another beautiful whitetail in this region. And yeah, he's only about 250 yards away from pretty much where we took down that last buck. So that means if he was trotting in this way, that means he's definitely resting or feeding somewhere nearby.